As far as, pre-mission, I remember I did my freshman year of BYU before I left on the mission, and I actually got the call the day I flew home. The day I flew home, my parents were picking me up from the airport. Before they left the house, they stopped by the mailbox and the call was actually there. I remember when I opened it up and everybody thought I was going to go foreign. Everybody thought I was going foreign, but they opened it up and then it said California. I was almost like sad when it said stateside, when it said California, and then it said English speaking on top of that. I'm like, oh man, like in my mind at the time, all the adventure and all of the stories were I just didn't think they were going to happen anymore, because my dad served in Brazil and he had all these cool like jungle stories, and I was going to California. So I'll be honest, like at the very beginning, I wasn't super excited about it. I didn't really know much about missions other than just people come home with crazy stories. That's all I really knew at the time. Started learning more about it, learning more about the area, and kind of prepped me to go. I remember going to the MTC, and I was actually late getting to the MTC. The plane trip was crazy. The plane that was supposed to take me from Virginia to I think we had a layover. I can't remember where it was going to be, but it was broken down, so I couldn't leave. And the next flight they had was like the next day. So we actually drove about 3 or 4 hours away to the next nearest airport in Richmond, and flew out of there. As a result, I was like 5 hours late coming to the MTC. So I remember my MTC companion thought I wasn't going to show up, thought I had ditched. But it was interesting because I grew up in the church. It became very apparent to me as I was in the MTC that I did not know very much about the church or the gospel, for that matter. I couldn't have drawn the plan of salvation on a piece of paper accurately to save my life. So that became very apparent to me that I wasn't really paying attention in Sunday school my entire life. And that was very unsettling to me. I really questioned my ability to serve a mission. I questioned my ability to my worthiness to serve a mission, just because I didn't think I was a very good member of the church prior to leaving on the mission and receiving my call. Resulted in a lot of soul searching, and eventually I had the moment that everybody prays about. They try to have this experience where they the standard question is you pray to know if the Book of Mormon is true, and I did that in the MTC, and quite frankly that was the first time that I ever received a God-given testimony of the Book of Mormon, as opposed to like a logical and a rational kind of reasoning that the Book of Mormon would be a true source of Scripture. And the reason I wanted to say that is because I know there are a lot of people that I've talked to that they feel they shouldn't serve simply because they don't feel qualified to serve a mission, or they don't feel like it's for them. I would argue strongly against that. Just because if there's anybody who wasn't qualified to serve a mission who did, that person is probably me. I can't think of people who are less qualified as far as gospel knowledge and just overall preparation and time put into preparing to serve a mission. I definitely don't regret it.